Alright, I'm out in a boot. And the evil monster, the evil bad seed without hair here. So if you have no hair over here, you need to be hunted, exterminated, hunted like a evil dog. If you have no hair here, so I'm out in a boot. I guess the heat is on because there's a planet of people that don't want that truth coming out. A planet of them. I remember Mike Huntley, when I was around 29, I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with. Have a good life now. You better accept what's going on or it'll get a lot... No, that was the dog attacker guy with a police trained canine. You better accept what's going on or it'll get a lot worse for you, and then there's no relaxing for you, nigger, because I kissed a black girl at 8 years old, so all those things are clearly mental illness. If you take walks, that means you suffer from mental illness. If you go to coffee shops, you suffer from mental illness. If you shine a projector on your car and watch a movie, that means you suffer from mental illness. If you play pool, that means you suffer from mental illness. If you are shy, you suffer from mental illness and need to be eradicated. But really, what is all the fear and hysteria? The Kevin monster, the evil bad seed Kevin monster. What is it? 1950 something. The movie The Bad Seed with the girl Rhoda, where my father buys a Rhodesian Ridgeback and puts a shock collar on the Rhodesian Ridgeback, naming her Rhoda. And then working with Kelly Hatch, wanting me to see the movie The Bad Seed for whatever reason, sort of trying to flip me into the conform to media. Kevin's crazy, a schizo, conforms to the media, and all these things I didn't know were going on. But the heat is on, and there are several of the cry wolfers who have been stalking and following me coming out in the light here, trying to take one thing and make it into something completely different. We've seen that 100 million times, haven't we? Even getting into studio photography and Aubrey Fisher saying, Kevin, sign up to Model Mayhem. It's a good site, and sort of moving me from one model place and telling everyone, the entire user base, mentally bludgeon Kevin Scullin for getting into studio photography while Officer Toro is running around. If you ever take a picture of a person, I will exercise the law in my own way, because God forbid someone excels at studio photography with green screen and 3D visual effects on the backdrops. What a horrible thing. Okay, so we don't want you talking, and we don't want an admission of what's been done to Kevin Pearlman's life by an entire planet of minute by minute, 100,000 to 1 million bludgeonings, mental bludgeonings, to execute me in unheard of methods of minute by minute harassments and provokings. By the way, if you want to go onto the LAPD relax system, there is a category there saying I'm being harassed. And just so you understand that if every person I talk to is harassing me in a mass conspiracy and conspiracy to commit murder and solicitation to commit murder on a planetary scale, and every person on the planet is harassing me to death for 45 years as just one of these many tactics in between the setup and frame job tactics, that is the crime of all crime. And we're not talking a singular area, we're talking 4 to 7 billion people on the planet Earth are saying if you see Kevin Pearlman mentally bludgeon his skull in with clearly obvious flag and kill operations to try to make someone look like a violent paranoid schizo and eradicate them, or whatever, or criminal or whatever, because they just keep jumping from thing to thing, whatever they can do and whatever they can, if they can try to get reactions and then say, look what he did, and try to leave out the entire story here from day one. And if I walk out of my house and 1,000 people are punching me in the back of the head and I start swinging for my life, whatever, as an example, then they're going to say you're a paranoid schizo or whatever. And the point I'm making there is that when people in Southern Oregon State are keep trying to aggravate me with these terror tactics, and I don't really know what's going on. And then my mother sends me a blow dart gun, from Africa or whatever it was, as a sort of, I bought you a present on our trip. Really, what my mother's trying to do is get me aggravated and just start trying to get me to blow dart people to set me up or frame me, and that is a minute-by-minute ongoing 46-year thing here. That all I've done is video it, get years and years and years of proof, and speak out about it. That all of you have been lied to, and I have that right. Why would anyone, for any reason, not want the truth coming out? Why would they want a worldwide, one-sided, secret argument and not the truth coming out? Okay, so, does that scare you? It should scare you that there's a person still breathing and a planet trying to make him look like a violent, paranoid schizo that starts at 5 years old with my father, and then my brother jumping in, and my family just accept what it is, and it is what it is, okay? You better accept what's going on, or it'll get a lot worse for you, and no relaxing for you niggers. So if you want to read in between the lines, I kiss a black girl at 8 years old, now they want to whip me to death. And go, you better accept the whippings. What does that have to do with the Whipple supercharger? Nothing. Okay, but that's not the way they're going to word it while trying to make me look crazy. Okay, so, because their entire thing here, since 5 years old, is how can we make Kevin look like he suffers from mental illness? And if you want to label this mental illness, well, it's not anything that anyone really gives a shit about. If you understand what I'm saying, it's not a disease here, and it's not catchy. And okay, but anyways, I'm gonna keep it short today. I got a lot to do, and just stating that there is a planetary execution that has been going on. It has been burning as a forest fire since I was 5 years old because of everyone's lack of honesty, okay? The ability to be honest. And why? Why is it such a big deal? If I'll just point over here, that guy on the sidewalk over there, why is it so hard for him to say, yeah, this is what I was told? They are defaming his name. He hasn't done anything. They don't have a right. It's up beyond any level of illegal to blast defamation, slander about someone worldwide and in secret, so the guy can't verbally defend himself like, hey, that's a lie. And remember, worldwide, billions of dollars. And then say like my father's death threats, you're not allowed to defend yourself. And Mike Connolly, you're not allowed to defend yourself and speak, even on a one-to-one conversation with some random guy. Hey, you're Kevin Perlman, and did what the police or government or what they're blasting, is it true? No, it's not true. It's complete bullshit and lies. And why would you not feel obligated to say we've been lied to and that's unacceptable? And why would you not feel obligated that the entire scenario from day one should, if they're going to spew out 100,000 lies about me, then the scenario since day one needs to come to light. What's going on? Why at 5 years old has a father launched a worldwide execution with the entire planet to eradicate me? That's the question here. And why would the victim or the target not be able to say anything? And if there's the possibility of a reaction, then everyone's going to get together and try to collect it to use it against him to rid him of the world. Now that is what you call the ultimate setup or frame job. Keep provoking, keep provoking, keep provoking. You're imagining it. Oh, if we can get a reaction, lock them away. Wait, if you can get a reaction, but those reactions aren't unprovoked, are they? Okay, so if there is 100,000 to 1 million people on the planet Earth per day hoping they can get at Kevin Perlman to try to get those reactions, and you can see that's why I drive around narrating in a camera of whether it's the car visual tactics, the verbal harassments, those are crimes, okay? There is premeditation to hurt, harm, aim, or kill, or eradicate, or whether you want to say force into mental institutions. Well, that's destroying someone's life, isn't it? Because before I found out, I was coming out of college and started my own company and working for Universal Studios, doing visual effects, 3D animation, and everything changed at the point that I find out there's a worldwide execution or eradication based on Mike Huntley's statements and several other people, like one stripper named Bentley saying you'll get yours, and me just like in awe, like just random people all around the planet Earth are mad at me because some guy is paid off to Rody Morales to take me to strip clubs and try to plant a trash bag full of police confiscated marijuana in my house, which I'm not allowed to tell anyone about, especially the police. Well, that's strange. I mean, if it was any other person, they would investigate why these people are befriending you and trying to take you to places and eradicate you, correct? Okay, so this has been going on years, filing police reports, you name it. Everything from 20 years nonstop of car vandalisms to worldwide groups trying to vandalize Kevin Perlman to all the things I have 100 million police reports of, and they all get sort of filed modular. They never get together where people go, this is insane. Like how many times per month do you have to do insurance claims and police reports and talk to detectives, and why is it such a big deal to verbally state the guy's just trying to go live his life in his planet, trying to execute him minute by minute, and nobody wants that truth coming out, and they will do whatever it takes to cry wolf and rid me of the world and try to get reactions and rid me of the world. And so, you know, I tell people, look, you've been lied to. Now, they don't want to deal with what they're involved in. They've given the 100,000 lies with billions of dollars behind it, but they don't want to deal with the truth, the god-awful, horrific truth that if you really do the math, they're government flag and kill operations to kill a 5-year-old, because that's when it starts, and there is no point where it ever lets up or stops. It just ratchets down worse and worse and worse with larger and larger groups. 1994, the internet comes around. Now we've really got some cool kill Kevin tools, but it's not really about anything. It's not really about anything other than how do we cover this up by sort of trying to drag the guy's name through the mud and violate cell phone privacy and violate computer privacy and fuck with him, or as Stephanie Schuyler would say, I like to skull fuck people. What she's really saying is, I'm going to skull fuck you to death with the government. Why did I wake up in this situation? There's no actual reasoning. There's just, right? And you don't talk or we kill you, but we're going to hunt you and kill you, but you don't talk or we kill you. Okay, so I will cut that short, and so, I don't know why people would be upset that I have something to say, about a planetary execution to execute me with a planet of lying sickos and cry wolfers and sickos and this and that, and all day I try to avoid them and they just follow me, and you're not allowed here and you're not allowed there and you're not allowed to take walks and you're not allowed to go to coffee shops and no relaxing for you, nigger, and we're mad because you kissed a black girl and I think that you're a criminal, so I'm gonna hunt you and kill you. You're not allowed to get into photography, you're not allowed to get into studio photography. Aubrey Fisher, right? Some chess club working with Aubrey Fisher and see no Starbucks running around. His kind's not allowed to. No relaxing for you, nigger. You sat down at a table. We're gonna mentally batter your skull in, try to get those reactions. Black guys punching me down there for being nice and letting them cut in front of my line, like, hey, you stole my place in line. I said, well, I didn't, because you're standing a mile back there, but you're welcome to have it. And he's still mad at me, okay? And then calling the police and telling them, and the police mad at me, you're a snitch, you're a rat, why would you call the police? Because some guy is, okay, right? Things that don't make sense. And we're gonna, before I end this, we're gonna trace this back to 1997. Mike Wexler, Jason Perlman's friend at University of Colorado. Kevin, I want you to meet my friend. I get into I take a photography class with Professor Nick. film photography. And Mike Wexler starts in with the death threats. I didn't know they were death threats, but we're going to go on a road trip, but you're not allowed to take pictures of people. Now, sort of like, why is he saying that, right? Now, he is also doing weird lockpick, trying to scare me with lockpick sets and things. Okay, so, now remember, more importantly, Jason Perlman, age 16, me and my friends are going to put you in a mental institution. It really gets bad after I jump in the way of a crowbar. Jason Perlman is sort of lunging at Gregoire because he broke up with Jen Yang. Or, no, Jen Yang cheated on Jason after he went to college or something with my friend Gregoire. As I find out later on, it was a little staged thing because Jason was telling me, blood is thicker than water, and you need to help me, you know, do these freaky things to Greg or whatever, and tell me everything about Greg, and I'm thinking, like, this is just crazy, right? Like, is he trying to be like a little, I don't know what you call it, like a little teenage tough guy acting out thing, or is it like an actual, well, you know, years later I find out that they're police operations and psychology operations to try to manipulate me into a situation to set me up and frame me and remove me from society with the police and government, okay? Now, what weirds me out, and should weird everyone out, is that I figure these things out and I say something about it, and their reaction isn't, oh man, you know, we've been lied to. Their reaction is, you don't fucking talk or we kill you. Okay, now that is not normal, sane, rational behavior, as Mike Huntley is babbling about behavior, and he can't set me up in weird things like that, okay? So, when I'm saying that everyone is projecting on me, they clearly are, because I have and always, since 5 years old, exerted exceptional behaviors and been a really decent person. And now the argument's going to shift, well, you're too nice, so we gotta, okay, right? And it doesn't matter what they say, because they prove that they're meddling in someone's life, trying to sabotage it, destroy it, and push me down a path I don't want to be in, which is why I've isolated myself, because each person that comes in my life is enraged that I am breathing, and we'll just keep coming up with lies after lies, and even it's the things you say, you know, I mean, it's just the stupidest bullshit. Okay, so it's not anything but me turning 29, noticing a planet of crazies, mad at every single thing I do. You yawned wrong, you farted wrong, you blinked wrong, you smiled at a girl, I think it's an evil smile. You said a joke to someone, maybe it was, why the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. Oh, you're threatening my life, or, okay, right, it won't matter. It will not matter. Okay, and that is pretty much it, and so that's it. I'm out in a boot and taking care of some things, and in the last couple of weeks, people have gotten enraged that I have something to say about these planetary mobbings to execute me, and obviously people are going to do whatever it takes to try to cover up, correct? And as I've explained so many times, that the only way to solve the problem on every level is honesty. That from day one, that the situation is going on, not honesty that, Kevin, we're going to try to set you up and then try to force you into coerced false confessions or whatever, but honesty about the entire situation as a whole, what's really going on. We've had weird statements from crazies and Teslas saying weird things like, you touched my car and I have a plan of people trying to kill you. And then I say, you know what? I said, what's this really about? And you know what he says? Why do you take so many walks? Oh, wait, so I have to explain. Like, do I have to document on a manifest here? Like, oh, tonight I'm going to take a walk at this time, and do you concur? Okay, right? Okay. Part of being healthy is eating correctly. Exercise. Kevin goes to the gym more than 4 times per week, so he has OCD, so he's not allowed to go to any gym in the world. Kevin's not allowed to take walks. He takes too many walks. Well, I mean, what kind of person walks around trying to count how many walks you take? And in essence, I take less than the average person. But one walk upsets them, and two walks, well, even one per day, 2 walks, enrages them. And 3 walks, that's when you really start to see worldwide groups coming out going crazy. Now, I don't know why they do their weird, freaky 1, 2, 3, right, yes, hey, but we have 100,000 similar scenarios, whether it be I go one place, I say something, then I go to the next place, they have the conversation, they mimic it at the next one. Okay, whatever, hint about it. The Brian Longbotham Spy Game Tactics. I'm going to hire you to work on a pilot at Universal Studios called Spy Game, and I'm going to make it look like you conform to media while people run around doing these things. Mike Huntley, come over to my house, let's watch a movie. We watch, he wants to show me Fight Club. Hey, everyone, Kevin's crazy, thinks he's Tyler Durden, or everyone walk by and provoke him when he's trying to take walks or sit on a park bench or whatever. Or what are they trying to do? They're trying to make it look like I conform to media by acting out the media, correct? Okay, now I trace this down to 5 years old with my father. Whether it be the movie Wizards, all the horror movies Jason and friends were told to show me. Either way, it is not illegal to watch a horror movie, but it is illegal to show people horror movies and try to make them look like a violent paranoid schizo and kill them or eradicate them. Okay, in a mass conspiracy to commit murder, or as I said in the beginning, harassing someone to death, okay, by worldwide groups, okay, harassment over and over and over and over, okay, and they're trying to do it in a way that they can sort of mask it, that nothing's going on, the guy's too sensitive. And then you got weird statements from my mother, like, I just want you to have a normal life. And I'm like, well, you know, I thought I did have a normal life until I turned 29, met with You're a Dead Man with a Planet of People, World Paranoia, Mike Huntley singing World of Paranoia, dropping papers on my desk, how to make people mentally ill and kill them. I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with. Have a good life now. Showing he's involved in the defamation and slander, and if you want to say a microphone to the world of lies and bullshit and disinformation and defamation and slander. But the question you got to ask yourself here is, why does he have billion-dollar internet systems to do it across the internet, which starts in 1994, and it had always been going on city-based. And then by the time you find out it's planetary in around 2000, and then you don't talk or we kill you. Okay, so, but I just want you to have a normal life. Oh, and some death threats by some people in the psychology community. You better, what was it? You better take meds or you'll destroy your life. Well, I haven't destroyed my life. They destroyed my life. Okay, Eric Christensen running around with a planet of people. I don't like your t-shirt. I'm gonna hunt you and kill you. You're making us hunt you and kill you because I don't like your t-shirt in 1991. Doesn't make any sense. Okay? How many people do you know that you can rattle off scenarios and situations like this? Very few, especially on the magnitude. And yet I can go pretty much daily for 46 years of these scenarios from stranger to stranger, people that want to befriend me, and not one states, not one, this is what we're told. And this is why we're doing it, because you're crazy. Or I've heard some rock throwing statements like, you're fucking crazy, you loon, and blah blah, and then hint hint, you're a dead man or whatever. But I've never had an actual real argument from beginning of this scenario on an honesty level. And every time I've tried, they were all sort of set up in frame job things like, oh, okay, I'll go talk to him, and I'm going to call the cops before I even walk up and talk to him and try to provoke him and get him angry at me and try to get him riled up. And well, that's not an honest conversation. Okay, that's someone trying to rid someone of the world because he knows too much. Okay, because he knows too much. Okay, and today was very, or yesterday actually was very, how can we intimidate him so he doesn't talk? Okay, and you gotta question the motive of why this is done 100 million times a day, every day of my life. Set of attempts, frame jobs, provokings, verbal harassments, visual harassments, try to make someone look like violent, paranoid, schizo. I mean, there's nothing I've done but turn 29 with, you don't have a right to exist. Okay, and that is the question that the psychology community needs to answer here, is why do I not have the right? Why am I not categorized as a human being with the Constitution protecting me? And why are there, I can't count how many corrupt police officers running around trying to cover this up, and just say, look, there were mass groups stalking him. They're trying to make him look crazy. He's a really good guy. And it doesn't matter what they think. They're not allowed to hunt people and kill them and try to be superheroes, who obviously want like a reward of my house and cars, correct? Okay, so, which gets even stranger when like all the auto shops get together to steal my money for buying a Corvette. Well, because you're a bad person. Well, that's like a way of mentally battering you into thinking you're a bad person, but I'm a good person. I'm a really good person. Now, they're not going to take that away from me, whatever they do to me. They're not going to get me to give them coerced false confessions, and say I'm a horrible monster, and, okay, but that's what they want, correct? Okay, so that's why these videos exist. That's why everything gets on video, documented, narrated. Would it be nice if people would come forward and start talking about the actual situation as it is, and not plans of people trying to set me up and get dirt on me and frame me and get dirt on me and say, look what you did? That would be nice, because the only thing I've done is turn 29, noticing a worldwide murder operation killed me since 5 years old, and whatever the people worldwide are being told, they're being lied to. Now, I keep getting these weird questions like, Kevin, why is this happening? Kevin, you need to tell us why there's a plan of people trying to execute you. Or, I can't answer that question. It doesn't make sense to me, because all I know is I turned 29, noticed a plan of people that had always been hunting me since 5 years old, and asked the question, like, what's going on? And when I asked the question, what's going on, I got the Mike Huntley, you're a dead man, you don't have a right to coexist in society with humanity, and whatever, and he sort of comes to the, you're the bad seed, and there's no reason, everything is vague. You're a criminal, we have a worldwide campaign to kill you. You're the bad seed, we have a worldwide campaign to kill you. You smiled wrong, we have a worldwide campaign to kill you. Okay, nothing is about anything. And then, well, you know, people don't want to know about your life. Well, but they do know about my life. They know 100,000 lies that have been spewed out with defamation, slander, libel by the government to an entire planet of people with premeditated intent to mentally batter and kill someone or exterminate them or eradicate them, okay? Conspiracy to commit murder, or solicitation to commit murder on an ongoing murder operation. Because every time I leave my house and watch people go ballistic on me, those are all crimes. Those are crimes in progress. Now they're going to say, well, but they're little things. Okay, but if someone walks up to you and they keep giving you dead arms 100 times per hour, and this goes on for 100 years, and you go, stop fucking giving me dead arms, dude. Stop, okay? Stop giving it. No, it is what it is. You better accept what's going on, or it's going to get a lot worse for you. And then you start telling, look, this guy won't stop, dude. I can't go to work. I can't do this. This guy keeps giving me dead arms. Right, you start for mental illness, and then it'll switch into, you suffer mental illness, and then you don't talk, we fucking kill you. And it'll switch and rotate and change, but the rage will always, they will always show their rage from what's in my brain. Does that make sense? So if I'm sitting there and, oh, this is a good one. This is like 2005. I was at a Starbucks taking notes, and I was writing down, this was after Mike Huntley sort of, you're a dead man, and I didn't really, it didn't sink in that there was a worldwide murder operation to kill me, because why would it, right? You're just like, for no reason. And, and Mike Huntley, I'm at a Starbucks, I'm taking notes, and people start showing up, and the employees are getting mad, like, what are you doing, and this and that, and I'm like, you know, they didn't ask, there's never any actual asking, there's just, now he's up to this, and I'm writing notes for a business plan for a new business idea, because I'm realizing that Mike Huntley is a paid-off fucking murderer to have me killed by my father, and you're gonna say, well, why does Starbucks care that some random guy? This is when Garrett was threatening my life in around 2005, I guess, at Topanga Adventure Starbucks. It's your transgressions, and they're having hundreds to literally, I don't know if I want to say 1,000 per hour, but possibly in the parking lots with what they're doing with the cars. But let's say 100 per hour of cars coming in, and Garrett's threatening my life. It's your transgressions, and once again, if I want to break down the word transgressions, I mean, I could go through all sorts of possibilities. Trichotillmania. My mother sent me to, what was it? She sent me to Sunny Skies Day Camp where I kissed a black girl on Triunfo Canyon. So Triunfo Canyon, Trichotillmania. But what are we seeing right now? I'm watching their little schizo seed planting or terror messages, and I'm trying to understand why a planet is trying to execute me, because that's part of human behavior, correct? Well, what the fuck's going on? There's a planet of people trying to execute some guy for no reason, and based on their fear, and I'll make fun of myself, I guess, of Odo from Star Trek. Okay, no, but their fear of nothing. Okay, so you're gonna say, oh, you know, people are afraid of you, Kevin. Well, I can't help it that they're afraid of their own shadows. Okay, I mean, that is scary that this would scare someone so much they launch worldwide campaigns to kill someone over. Now, I'm the one that should be scared. Okay. I think I pretty much was at 29 going, I don't even understand what I'm saying. Okay, but the point here is, who's behind it? Psychology community, police, government, security companies, and they're being told that, hey, this person is different. Let's make him a slave. Let's make him property. Let's whip him to death. And then they're going to try to reverse it. He hates black people. He's a white supremacist. Well, why? Because I kissed a black girl? Does that make any sense? I kissed a black girl when I was 8 years old at Sunny Skies Day Camp on Triunfo Canyon. I gotta win. No, I don't think this is not about winning or losing. It is about a worldwide execution to execute a 5-year-old. Flag and kill operations. These things actually do happen. If you want to do the research and see some of the people from government organizations that have come forward on these flagging operations with security companies, you will see that these things are happening, and there are targets, gang stalking, or targeted individuals, or however you want it. But if someone's going to come to me and say, why, Kevin, why are we hunting you, and you need to give us a coerced false confession, or we're not going to stop, right? The people stalking me want a coerced false confession. Well, the people stalking me want a confession. How do I tell you why you're stalking me? I can't know. All I can know is that there's a planet of child rapist sickos running around trying to stalk and execute me. And even before saying anything, remember that my website, I put that up around 38 years old, and I sat there for a good 29 to... What was it? 29 to, 29 to 38. Okay, 29 to 38. thought. Is someone going to give me an answer? No, just go out and live your life. Just ignore it. What do you mean ignore it? Okay, how would I sit there and give you dead arms every second of your life? Just ignore it. Okay, it's a catch-22 scenario. You can't win. Okay? And so, by me videoing and passing out cards to people and saying, look, you've been lied to, they don't like that. They don't like the self-defense argument. Your kind is not allowed to have a voice. You are not a human being. You are not protected by the First Amendment, freedom of speech. Do I want to have to tell people they've been lied to? No, I don't. But they're so angry about the information in my brain that they won't tolerate my kind breathing. Okay, now you can really analyze this all the way down to 5 years old, that the method of ratcheting is designed to execute or eradicate no matter what it takes. Okay, no matter what it takes, period. Okay, so with every person, almost every person on the planet, or the majority of the planet. Okay, now what the hell is that about? Okay, now they're going to say it's about OCD and obsessive compulsive, and ironically, you want to know the truth? Following some guy around saying that you're crazy for going to the gym 4 days a week is beyond any level of crazy and obsessive compulsive. And it's not an Anita Perlman, you have a problem too. It is them projecting their issues on me and then trying to... I go, well, what the fuck? I'm trying to go to the gym and be healthy and this and that, and they're going to turn it into 1,000 different arguments or cover-up stories, right? Like, he's harassing women at the gym, he's doing this, he's doing that. Okay, just like you see at the coffee shops and you see at the restaurants and every single place in the world. Every place in the world. How do you explain that? Okay, I don't know one of these people. They all know of me. They're all throwing rocks in my head minute by minute. They're all harassing me to death. That is a crime. And the organized conspiracy is solicitation to commit murder or conspiracy to commit murder. And if they want to try to justify, well, we're doing it for different reasons, well, whatever. I don't care why someone goes out and tries to kill someone with mass groups or for any reason. Their justification is irrelevant unless it's in self-defense and they have to figure out a way to stop someone from killing them if the police can't get there in time or whatever. Okay, so that note, I have like 100,000 police reports and this and that, blah, blah, and they're never put together in a way, oh, this is crazy. I mean, for 20 years, they're trying to rid him of the world and vandalize all of his cars almost daily, on and off for 20 years. And I believe them slashing the top and my car really do start when Starbucks attacks got aggressive, and that's when they started in on the cars with Garrett's death threat. It's your transgressions, basically saying that I've supposedly committed some crime and he has the right to hunt me and kill me with a plan of people. And the police are fully supporting it because Officer Toro is running around. If you ever take a picture of a person, we will exercise the law in our own way. And you're going to say, but wait, but it's not a crime to get into studio photography. And it's not a crime to buy a camera and go out and learn it, or go to the beach and do, panoramas or landscapes or macro, or none of these are crimes. Okay, the only crime is Mike Wexler with LAPD or Colorado PD or San Diego PD saying if you ever take a photograph of a person, we're going to hunt you and kill you. And that's not a crime either. Okay? So there's no crime. Except the plan of people trying to kill a 5-year-old Jew. With a child rapist father behind it saying, I hate my 5-year-old. And, okay? So, Then comes the cover-ups, right? I got tons of people on video running around, following me, stalking me, threatening my life, and then saying, "Oh, poor me, my life's in danger." And you're like I'm just sitting here. It's been like this for what? I'm 51 years old. For 22 years, worldwide groups. They run up, they provoke you, they start fights, they follow you from place to place. I keep recording it. I keep giving it to the LAPD. Look, these people are following me. They're provoking me. They're then chasing me. And these things all happen to do with Jason Perlman and whatever he was involved in with my father that he's saying I did. Okay, so you're not allowed to tell anyone that. Why am I not allowed to tell anyone that? Okay, why is Jason Perlman, the psychotic murdering brother, who has a planet of people hunting and stalking me, why is his life so important that he's allowed to hunt and kill someone with a planet of people? In my life, since 5 years old, I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Okay? Not even say anything. The First Amendment freedom of speech, I'm not allowed... Let's say it this way. I'm not allowed to go to the police station and file police reports, even though I do. They just won't do anything. And they've told me in the past, we don't have to do anything, and this and that, on a planetary scale, while they're barking at me with the mental illness tactics, right? You say, well, that's kind of weird, correct? That's pretty weird. You know what's going. If you're working on me with the mental illness tactics, you clearly know what's going on, right? Okay, and if you know what's going on, why would you support it unless you're a child raping murderer? Okay, so, we can go to all the operations with the Paul Humphrey, Kevin needs to die, as he joins the security companies and police force, trying with frame jobs and setups that I'm not allowed to tell anyone about. What did I do to Paul Humphrey? I was just nice to him. I let him come in my life when I was 14 with Mike Huntley, who was clearly connected to Jason Perlman and my extermination. What did I do to the guy? Well, he doesn't like me, so I need to die. And he has the right to kill me with a planet of people. And I don't have a right to tell anyone. Or I'm causing chaos and destruction to a planet who's hunting me, trying to make me look like a violent, paranoid schizo since 5 years old, or like I suffer from mental illness, and my kind is not allowed to have the same life. I'm not allowed to date women or talk to women or have friends because they don't want, because they're poisoning the well worldwide. And then the people just lie. I don't know you, but I'm going to friend you. I'm going to prove you're crazy. And then you say something and look what you did to that person. And you're like, this is crazy. You're just going to mob me to death and beat me up. And when those black groups were following me with Starbucks, egg mobbing me and things like that, why weren't the police taking it seriously? Like, look, it's getting worse and worse and worse. Guys just trying to sit down and have a coffee. No relaxing for you, nigger. With worldwide black groups hunting me, or Jada Fire, porn star Jada Fire, and about 100 other porn stars following me to coffee shops. How dare you go to a coffee shop and sit down, and they try to make it about them and things like this, right? The narcissistic things. And, well, Kevin, why are we doing this? I can't tell you why you're doing it. All I can tell you is I turned 29. There's a planet of people that all they know how to do is throw rocks at someone and execute him. And, I'm not allowed to tell anyone. And not even someone wearing a badge has the morals or ethics to come forward. Yeah, you find that strange? Okay. So, I think that's pretty important, okay? Let's talk about what this really is, and what is it that they're trying to cover up by endlessly provoking me and trying to set me up and frame me 100 million times, and falsifying 100 million things, and this and that, and telling security companies his kind's not allowed to take walks, and unheard of shit. Unheard of, where security companies are running out trying to mace me on the public street for simply trying to get my health, be healthy and take walks. And before that is you're not allowed at any gym worldwide for going to the gyms, where Mike Huntley manipulated me to sign up to the gym by my house with me, and then wanted me to meet Rody Morales, working with LAPD, to plant drugs in my house. Or try to plant police confiscated drugs in my house, which I said, no, I don't want it. And taking me to strip clubs, the Rhino in Oxnard, and probably like 20 other strip clubs. And then Tim Thompson manipulating me to the Rhino in LA with the manager there. So they're like, hey, he wants to talk to you about a Citrix mainframe environment, and people waiting for me to cry wolf and things like that. Okay, so I'm going to end this here and figure out something to do and chill out and relax. And I know that for some reason me saying the word chill is a crime, just like me yawning and blinking and hugging people and smiling at people and holding a door open or saying thank you. These are all horrible things I'm not allowed to do, apparently, or I'm somehow doing something wrong. And then they run around, why did you thank someone? And why did you give them an evil smile? You're like, okay, then remember you have Lisa Marie sent after me with Paul Humphrey. It's the little things in life. And okay, so really the only thing really going on is discrimination, and this person is different, so we want the worldwide campaign to execute him, which starts a 5-year-old with psychological warfare, mental illness operations. Okay, so that's it.